No need to shout.
What's going down? It's your boy V Triple I, and we just got the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and this episode was in fact a doozy. So first things first, man. Gotta say it, man. RIP to the Darkman himself, DMX, Earl Simmons, one of the rap goats, one of the rap pioneers for a whole nother sound. Contributes so much to the culture, and he will be missed. If you've never listened to Blood of My Blood, Flesh of My Flesh, you should really check it out. So yeah, got that out the way, and let's get into this episode. Something a little bit different. This was a very character-heavy episode. So instead of doing my usual super long readout, I'm going to give you a quick plot after I give you a quick recap of last week's episode. So let's do that. Alright, so as for episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Bucky pulled a prison break with his OG Zemo. Zemo brought the boys to the global trap house, and Sam started pimping to find the soldier serum. The boys ended up finding Steve's old dip, Sharon, and she helped them to ultimately find the serum. But Zemo messed it up and popped the scientist who was making it. But at the very least, the gang got a lead on the Flag Smashers, but unfortunately, Wakanda beat them to the punch. Like I said, this episode is super heavy on character development. We got a lot of character development for Karli, so much for Bucky, got a lot for Falcon. We got to see some more of Zemo's more sinister intentions, and we got to see the new Captain America wild out. So yeah, man, let's get it cracking, dog. So this episode is actually called "The World Is Watching," and let's break down this quick summary of the episode. Barnes persuades Ayo, the warriors of Wakanda, to allow him and Wilson more time with Zemo. They track Karli to a funeral home for her adopted mother, but they're stopped by Walker and Hoskin, Battlestar. Wilson speaks with Karli alone and attempts to persuade her to end the violence, but Walter intervenes and a fight ensues. Zemo shoots Karli, forcing her to drop the remaining vials of the super soldier serum, which he destroys. Walker apprehends Zemo and secretly retrieves a single remaining vial of the serum while Karli escapes. The warriors of Wakanda, Ayo specifically leading the charge, come for Zemo, and Walker refuses to hand him over. They fight, ending with Walker, the new Captain America, getting the brakes beat off him by some strong black queens. And Zemo uses all the chaos to run away. On the other side, Karli calls someone who you wouldn't expect, Sam's sister, forcing him to meet with her, and she attempts to persuade her to join her cause. Cap and Battlestar arrive and engage the other Flag Smashers. During the fight, Karli accidentally kills Battlestar, RIP to the strong black man doing all that he can. Captain America, filled with rage, and now has becoming Captain America by taking that single vial super soldier serum, kills a Flag Smasher with the shield, mind you, in front of a horrified group of people who film his actions on their mobile phone. Talk about Black Lives Matter coming at you. You know what I'm saying? That's the great thing about my people, man. We changed the culture. Boys were scared to record them people. You feel me? But now we recording them people. So now that's out the way, man. Let's get into these characters, man, because I have so much to say, man. So first things first, man. Let's get into a little bit about Karli. I think she had the most interesting arc out of everyone this episode. So for me, now that we have a little bit more back information on her, we find out that her adopted mother took her in at a very rough time in her life. And that's what pushes her to do what she does. At the beginning of the episode, we actually seen her orchestrate a massive execution of civilians. Luckily, only 3 people got killed, but 11 were injured. And one of the Flag Smashers who was with her was like, "Yo, we're going too far," and she's too far gone already, right? She was just like, "You know what? We're never too far." They don't understand anything except violence, which, if you look at the imperialism that has kind of absorbed our world, she's not wrong, but there's always a better way to go about it. Karli is the embodiment of youth, anger, and numbness, because you have to be a real different type of individual to be so young and to know, oh, I'm not going to get you by just beating you up. I'm going to bring your family into it. And that's the mentality that I think a lot of younger people have, because one, they don't have enough experiences to know that their actions hurt people, and then two, the world has become so individualistic that if it's not about them, That's for most people, right? If it's not about them, nothing else matters, and they're gonna do whatever they need to get what they want. And I think that is going to be her ultimate downfall as we continue this series, because she like Sam said, man. I'm gonna get to him in a second, because oh man, Sam's development, man. Like you didn't see it coming. When you seen him in the Winter Soldier, you didn't see it coming. But he is such an in-depth character because he represents the minority thought and the minority feelings of many people globally who have to deal with imperialism. You know what I mean? And even though he was a cog in the system because he was prior service, he still knows that there's a much, much, much bigger cause. But anyways, yeah, man, Karli, she's to the point where she has a mission and she's going to complete it. And that, honestly, that's the same mentality that entities like S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.W.O.R.D. have. They're going to complete the mission. The Avengers, they're going to complete the mission. But it's getting scary because now the little people are doing it. And now the little people are getting resources just like the big entities. And a little bit like how what the internet has kind of done to the world, right? That's kind of our super soldier serum. But it doesn't give us the power to like punch people in the face. It gives us the power to inform and to know that a lot of the things that we've been hearing for generations is lies. So I'm very interested to see her development. I can see her maybe having a turn just for the sake of the plot, but I don't see it, man. I feel like she's going to be one of those enemies that kind of fades away but always comes back. So that's my take on Karli this episode. As for Bucky is trying his best, but you cannot change what you are. And Bucky's been a killer for a couple of decades. And so he knows what needs to be done. But ultimately, that's what makes him not able to carry the shield like Sam. He's the darkness of trying to make sure everybody's straight, because there's the good intentions that you need in order to like, okay, I'm on the path to do the right things, but the enemies are always around you. And in order to beat those enemies, you have to sometimes get your hands dirty. And Bucky does not care about getting his hands dirty. He tries to like kind of hold it back, but you can see when the push comes to shove, that demon that's inside Bucky, that Winter Soldier, it always comes out. You can see that with his interaction with Zemo. He does not like Zemo. He probably despises Zemo. But because he is so infatuated with his mission, he's going to do whatever he needs to in order to make sure he's going to do whatever he needs to make sure he makes not Sam, but Steve proud. And that's something that can be admired, but at the same time, you have to understand, you have to go about things the right way, because if you don't, that's the whole thing with Batman, right? If you don't go about things the right way, you're opening up the door for you to go down the dark path. And if you read comics, you see that a lot of times Bucky has been the person to go down the dark path. Kind of like Logan, kind of like Wolverine. Wolverine has always been that person that, yo, I'm cool or whatever, but like if I push come to shove, I'll kill everybody. And that's why Logan, the movie, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, was such an important film, because it showed you how deep the abyss really is within these heroes. What was interesting was his interactions with the Wakandian warriors, right? Like his interaction with Ao. First things first, yo, I'm not trying to be weird, but oh my god, such beautiful actresses, man. From Karli to Ao, man. The way she was like, the way that Ao at the beginning of the episode was telling Bucky, like, yo, we're gonna be all right, we're gonna get this done, and she so sensually said those words. The Bucky's triggers, right? She so sensually said Bucky's triggers. And yo, like, I don't know if Bucky just like broke out of it because he was about to bust, or because he finally was able to get over that hill of being controlled by Hydra. I don't know, but I think it was a little bit of both, but that's just me. But anywho, yeah, man, we seen the process of Bucky getting rid of that program that they had via the Wakandians. So shout out to Wakanda, man. Strong black people, man, always getting us over the hill. But it's coming to a fold, man, because you're gonna see like Bucky's getting ever so irritated with not only Zemo, the new Captain America, but even Sam. He was kind of on Sam's butt this episode, which I didn't mind, man, because Sam, as good as a person is, he needs to be reminded that, hey, this is a very dirty game we're in. The game was trying to keep the world safe is very, 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 very dirty. Now let's jump to Zemo. Zemo, I told y'all last episode, if you guys listened to my episode 3 review, Zemo is on his Machiavelli type game, bro. If you aren't like familiar with Machiavelli, that's probably like the most important book that you can read if you ever want to be a leader, right? Because it tells you that it's basically the concept of heavy lies the head that wears the crown. That's that's Zemo right now, right? Like he wants the crown back because he was the one that was running Hydra for so long. But the problem with him is he has such evil intentions and he's so stuck on revenge. No matter how cool he acts, no matter how much he takes showers, has the fancy Versace bathrobe, drinks that nice looking scotch, he's still on a path to avenge his family. And that is something that's also can be looked with honor, right? Like trying to get payback for the people that you lost. To some, that can be seen as honorable, but at the same time, you're messing with the forces that you kind of understand, but you know that if you keep down this path, you're gonna leave the world worse than it is. And that's why him breaking the super serum soldier vials or whatever, that wasn't the best move because that can still be used for the future. You know what I'm saying? Thanos ain't the only bad guy you have to worry about. There's so many other dark entities within the universe, and Captain Marvel right now is out there dealing with them. So just imagine what that super soldier serum could have did for everybody if Zemo wasn't so in his feelings. But it is what it is, man. He has a mission and he's gonna perform it. And the way that he finessed them kids with the little truffles, the little candies or whatever, he did it to Sam, and I thought it was gonna poison Sam, to be honest. When he gave Sam the truffle. Is it truffle? I think it's truffle. Whatever, we're going to say it's truffle. When he gave Sam that truffle, I swear to God, I thought he was going to poison Sam. But no. It was just setting us up for the next scene when he gave it to the kids and told them, hey, I need your help. And they're kids, right? You can easily manipulate kids if you know what you're doing. And that's what he did. Gave the kids some candy, told them, hey, where's the funeral going to be at? And, yeah, they got the information that they needed. And then once they went through with once the promise was kept, guess what? He broke him off a little bit of bread. Zemo gave the kids some money. And guess what? Got all the information he needs. So, yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. Zemo, I feel like he should get like at least a 3-episode miniseries just for himself because he's a sick character and I can't wait to see what he does to bring back Hydra. All right, we're almost to Sam, guys. We're almost to Sam. Let's talk a little bit about this new Captain America. Captain America currently is the embodiment of someone who is a Caucasian male who's Protestant, who's been told that the world is going to do whatever he wants it to do. He picked up the shield, he picked up the suit, but that's not Captain America. And you see it's not Captain America because even when Captain America got washed, he just bounced back. Hey, it happens sometimes. But no. Walker ain't having none of that. He gets washed, he wants revenge. And then he lost his partner Battlestar, which I want to kind of talk a little bit about him, but we didn't get enough depth to him. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to get that in the next episode. Get a flashback to Afghanistan when Walker and Captain America were like on the front lines together. And it's really sad that he lost Walker because Walker was really his moral core. Because in the last episode, he understood exactly where the refugees were coming from. He knew why they weren't listening to Captain America because he knows that when you help out those who don't have anything, you're setting yourself up for a victory in the long run because the streets is always watching, the streets is always moving. But since the world isn't getting bended to his will, guess what he does? He cheats and he takes the super soldier serum. And he was already having problems, right? He still messed up from Afghanistan. He still messed up from all the battles he's fought. And it comes out in the worst way. He loses his partner and he loses his mind. And like I said before, revenge, hey, it's understandable. But you have to be very, 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 very specific with your ways after you didn't mind on revenge. And he wasn't. And that scene where he killed that flag smasher is very reminiscent of Dark Avengers. If you're not familiar with Dark Avengers, basically all the Avengers kind of lost their position and all the bad guys took up the mantle. So the standout part of Dark Avengers was when Norman Osborn became Iron Man. And Tony wanted the suit back. He wanted to take the mantle back. And he couldn't beat him because he didn't have access to his armor. So you know how Tony beat him? He let Norman Osborn and the Iron Man suit. In the Dark Avengers, Tony let Norman Osborn, acting as Iron Man, beat the brakes off him with no armor in front of thousands of people who all recorded it. And after that beating was done, Norman lost all of his access to the Iron Man weaponry. And lo and behold, Tony became Iron Man again. Really good comic. You should check it out. This is what happened to Captain America this episode. Closer and closer to that Dark Avengers path. I thought we were going to go in the Secret Empire direction, but I think we're going to go a little bit more in the Dark Avengers. Because this guy is like, he has the serum now. And I don't know how they're going to get that out of his body. They might have to kill him, but I don't think they're going to kill him. I think this new Captain America, he's going to eventually become the U.S. Patriot. And after doing all this chaos, he's going to be very, very repentive. And we're going to see that play out in other Marvel series. Now, let's get to the main man, Sam, bro. Sam is, if there was more Sams in the VA system, I think the VA would be a much better place. Because for one, Sam understands what it is to go to war and to come back home and not know what to do. And that's why when you seen him in The Winter Soldier, he was a counselor for soldiers. And that's what made Captain America, the real Captain America, want to have him in his corner. Because Sam, though he can fight, we see Sam is such a good warrior now, man. When he used that jetpack on the Flag Smashers, oh my God, it was amazing. But Sam knows that, like, yo, fighting can only do so much. And when you really go to war, that makes you a pacifist. You don't want to fight because you know what you're capable of. You know what the enemy's capable of, and you don't even want to make that happen. So, yeah, man, Sam is trying his best to get Karli to understand that, hey, we have the same ideals, but we can't do the same thing. And he was so close. But Captain America had to ruin it. He's not fit to be in that position. But the government wants someone who looks like that to always carry that mantle. And that's going to be the bigger conflict, I think, if we get another season. What is it to carry the mantle of Captain America as a black man? But he was so close. But when things get real, you seen, when after Karli threatened to hurt Sam's family, I'm in the suit, we active. What's up? You feel me? Because you got to go that route sometimes, man. But yeah, man, Sam is on the path, man. Sam is on the path to really being Captain America. And Bucky's on a path to be something that is needed with Captain America. You remember, in The Winter Soldier, it was Captain America and the Black Widow. I'm not saying that Sam and Bucky are going to be on that level, but I feel like you have to have the darkness and the light in order to make sure everyone's safe. So yeah, man. Shout out to Sam, though, man. He put in some work this episode, not only with his hands, but with his mind and with his mouth. And that's the most important thing to really bring someone to your side. So yeah, man. So for next week, I really don't have no predictions, to be honest. I think that we're going to get a chance to see Isaiah. He's going to be in action. I think we're going to see... everyone's going to see what Walker did, the new Captain America, and he's going to be let off because of what he is, what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? He's a person. It's very reflective of all the cop killings that we've seen throughout the last 10 years. It was very, very, very reflective of that. And when the world sees that, hey, even though he did something that was horrific and not necessary, there's going to be enough empathy for him by the higher powers that he's not going to deal with any real consequences. And I think if Battlestar would have survived, he would have brought him to task. You can't be this image, this ideal, and still act like you're just a normal soldier. You're not that anymore. You're Captain America. And that is why Sharon said in the last episode, all this stuff is stupid. Because no matter how much good you do or how much bad you do, the world is going to, well, not the world, but the entities that control the world are going to present you in the way they want. And they want Captain America to be seen as that. But when he was holding that bloody shield in front of all those people, yeah, ain't too much coming back from that, man. I think we're going to see Isaiah, and we're going to see another version of Captain America. I think Sam is going to finally understand that, hey, I need to take this mantle up. Because probably had that conversation. I think for a second he was like, oh, that would make me feel better, but that's not what I need to do. And I think that is what's making this plot so good. Deep down inside, Sam knows that this structure that he's trying to defend is nonsense. It's nonsense. He was on the run for 2 years behind some nonsense. And when he came back, they still wanted to arrest him, even though they had this massive threat that ended up destroying half of the universe. But he still wants to defend it because you know what? His people's involved. His family's there. Everyone's a part of the system. So what do? Burn down the system because you're mad? Or do you try to maintain it but fix it in ways you can? And I think that's what Sam's arc is going to be throughout this entire series. As for Bucky, he's going to come to terms with the fact that his role is something different because of what he went through as the Winter Soldier. But it's necessary and it needs to be there. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what I got for today, man. Like I said, man, I think we're going the Dark Avengers route. We were doing the Secret Empire thing, but now it looks like we're going the Dark Avengers route. Sam's gonna take up that mantle, and I think if we get another season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a lot of that's gonna be centered around Bucky doing more. Bucky's gonna be doing more secret operations as the Winter Soldier, and I think Sam's gonna be the face of Captain America. And yeah, man, we're gonna just keep on getting more, just like you, man. Keep on getting more, keep on getting out there, and keep knocking it out, man. We lost the Icon this week. We lost the Icon today. We knew it was coming, but it hits a little bit hard when you finally hear the news that our icons are leaving us. And that's kind of like ironic because the whole series of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, what do you do if Icon is gone? Who are the people that want to step up, and what do these people do? And if you're listening to this, we just lost a major icon in DMX. So I'm not saying you have to become a rapper, but just know that a lot of people are hurt, and if you understand that, you can probably fix that. That's all I got for you today, guys. This is my review of Falcon the Winter Soldier, episode 4, The World is Watching. Hey, please like and subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Let's try to get this channel moving, man. Bro, we up to like almost 50,000 views. Thank y'all. Oh my God. I did not know. I knew people were going to like watch it because they wanted to get like, find out what happened because they had to work and stuff and they can't always sit down and watch Disney Plus. But Jesus Christ, shout out to you guys. You guys are the best, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, let's keep on moving. Let's keep on grooving, man. I'll be back next week. Thank you so much for your support during these trying times.